Want to know how you can gain access to capital to jumpstart your journey to entrepreneurial success? For entrepreneurs who are just starting out or those who have been in business for years, Minority Business Access is your podcast. Welcome to our show, where we will guide you in avoiding the pitfalls and thriving in your chosen business. Now, onto the show with your host, Solomon Ali.
Wow, Sophia, I am so excited to have you here today. I understand your new project and everything like that, that you're actually building a smart city.
Yes.
A smart city, Sophia? Wow, tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So Utopia Smart Cities, our first pilot project is going to be in the Phoenix metro area in Arizona. It sits on 40 plus acres. It's built out of shipping containers so that we can provide affordable housing. It also has renewable energy.
So is this affordable housing for low income, medium, or people like myself?
So we have storefronts on the bottom, commercial storefronts all on the bottom floor. So your housing would consist of your storefront as well as your house, and it starts at $120,000.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That kind of affordable
So it's
housing.
the entry level and things of that nature. Oh, wow. That is totally amazing, Sophia.
Yeah.
So wait, you know what? Let's start over. Give me the name of your company.
Utopia Smart Cities.
Utopia Smart Cities. And how did you come up with to do all this?
Yeah, well, so I guess we would go backwards. We'd take it back. I grew up in a home where it was a very abusive home with my father having financial control over my mother, wouldn't allow her to work. And so she felt like she couldn't leave home. And so at 14, I made a choice and I left home and thought
Wow.
I thought I could do better. And I left and did way better, choosing to sleep on streets and trying to figure it out. So I was very fortunate. I was incredibly inquisitive, and I got an early scholarship, started college when I was 16. I had mentors to this day come in and really lend a hand. And I sold my first property shortly after I was legally able to and started my first company, and I've never looked back.
Okay, and your first company was?
A webpage development company.
Webpage development.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and I still own that company.
So you've been busy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I just, so I started doing real estate. I'm investing in real estate, both residential and commercial. And then I started speaking publicly about women's financial sovereignty because I saw the grip that it had on not just my mother and what she went through, but as I traveled, I saw all the women in various countries and what they were going through. And I knew that I had some knowledge that could break them from that. Like,
Wait a minute. So you're on a mission
I am.
to help women so that they can get access to capital, so that controlling people, I ain't gonna say men, but no, I'll say men. So controlling men won't try to control them just because they're the breadwinners or they're making more money. Is that it? Or kind of, sort of?
I would say, if you were to look at the source of all of humanity's challenges, you would find women at the source of it, because they're the ones that give birth to the future, and they're the ones that caretake the future. So they create the future, and then they shape and form it. So when women are financially solvent, it's been proven that they go further in their education, they have children later in life, they have less children, they choose better domestic partners, and they take better care of their mental and physical health. So right there, you've just eradicated poverty, you've alleviated mental health, and you've certainly reduced violence. So
Wow.
that's what I'm talking about.
Now, you know, I got to take a moment to just digest this a little bit, Sophia. So what you're talking about and what you're speaking about is the empowerment of women, so that they can be more free and know that, oh wait, I can do this myself. Kind of like your story.
Well, I'm talking about working at source, right? Like the most leverage is if you identify and work at the source of something. And if women are at the source of life, and if we take care of them, the world rights itself.
Wow. Please say that again. I mean, look, that was amazing, because what I believe is this. I have a daughter,
Yes.
I have a mother, I've had significant women in my life. I have a partner that's a woman. I have another one who manages and oversees me that's a woman. And they bring my world together for it to make sense.
Yeah.
Okay. And all the things that they do, I can't do. I do this great big thing here, but then they come in and they dot all these I's and cross all these T's. But as women, normally they're not getting the credit for what it is that they are doing and what they're achieving. So I have one of the first black women that's run a private equity company that uses its own money. They don't go borrow any money, they use its own money. I also have a woman who's in technology who handles all that themselves. And so that to me is amazing. So I'm with you. I'm very excited about what it is you're saying and what you're doing. And I want the people in Minority Business Access to hear more.
Well, I will say you're incredibly intelligent to have women surround you. And
I
I get that I'm biased. I do get that. But I will say, socially speaking, men are mostly raised competitively, and women are raised to work collaboratively. So having that energy, and we'll just talk about feminism, like feminine energy, to have that energy around you, you're going to get resources pulled into you that make your empire the success that it is. So I think that's very intelligent of you to pick that.
Okay. Well, enough on that, but tell me, you started a smart city
Yes.
to help people. What's that like? Because I think it's amazing.
Well, it doesn't win me dates.
Okay.
Doesn't win me dates.
I'll go on a date with you. How about that?
Thank you so much.
Because what
I
you
will take
did
the
is
pity date.
amazing.
Thank you. So what it is it's all technology that's already out there. It's all proven. It's all successful. And it's just putting it in the right synchronization and bringing it all together. And that's one of my superpowers, is that I can find experts in the fields that normally wouldn't play very well together, and I can bring them in the same sandbox and create miracles. So if you're going to look historically, what brought us out of the last recession, the Depression, if you look at any of the major calamities in human history, it was the entrepreneurs that brought us out of it.
Yes, I agree totally.
So we provide affordable housing for one thing, but it's also targeted to entrepreneurs. So mom and pop shops, the ones that are going to get us out of this. And now people are used to doing a 30-second commute from the bedroom to the couch. And so now we have storefronts all on the bottom. The majority of the world lives that way, where they have the storefronts on the bottom and the residential housing above. It's just really middle America that is foreign to that, because we have so much land, we spread out.
Yes.
And it's I think enough people have learned that wasted time on the commute away from your family, going to a business, that's far away, it never made sense to begin with. And now having everything all together, we're going to have over 200 businesses in one development. I mean, it's a city, and it's all modernized. I mean, you can run your home from your phone.
So just in healthcare,
Yeah.
getting rid of the levels of stress from the commutes back and forth and things of that nature.
Yeah.
I can imagine it would just be a happier place to live.
And just knowing your kids are right there, we have our own daycare,
Yes.
we're going to have education on site for the kids that are actually going to be learning about real world things that are going to make a difference in their lives. They're going to learn entrepreneurs, and they're going to get to work in the companies that are right there in the businesses. I mean, knowing that your kids are right there, and that everything you need to do to run your errands is either in the community or right around it.
That is so incredible. I mean, to me, it's not only just incredible, I find it to be mind-boggling. Now, you also run a hedge fund.
I do.
A crypto hedge fund.
Yes.
Hey, let's talk about it, because you just lit up right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's go for it.
Absolutely. So I speak about women's financial sovereignty when I'm as a public speaker, and I'm super excited about the hedge fund being in cryptocurrency, because its whole purpose in creation was for things just like this. It was created out of the last recession, and it is made for a pandemic. It's, I mean, if you notice now, most people don't want to they don't want you to hand over cash, right? Because that transmits the virus, right? So, so digital currency is the way to go. I mean, look at JP Morgan Chase. All the big banks are moving in that space, and countries are moving into that. Oh yeah, lots of countries are creating their own tokenization. The thing is that it's decentralized. Nobody owns it. If you're unbankable, and you can't get a loan, which are most minorities. Most minorities, especially those affected by redlining. The reason why redlining exists is because they're not bankable in the neighborhoods that they want to be in.
I read a book not too long ago called The Color of Law. And it talks about the redlining and how the government did all this and set systemic racism and everything up, especially in people of color, brown, and it was like just phenomenal. I was like, no, they didn't do that. I go back and read this chapter again, and sure enough, they did.
Sure.
And that's what you're talking about.
Well, what I'm talking about is there is a much more better and lucrative way to do business that directly results in the stewardship of each other and of the planet.
Wow.
And blockchain and crypto technology is the way to do that. It's a way to get around banks, fees, all of those things that are.
Give me an example.
Yeah, so sure. So in South Africa, when we instituted blockchain technology, we took tribal women that were only able to pretty much barter. And if you can only barter, then you can only grow as much as, like, if I've got a cow and I need milk, and you need milk, but you don't have anything to trade me, you're not getting milk, right?
Okay.
So, and they can't get loans. Sometimes they're 1,000 miles from a bank, a financial institution. Wow. So, but when you institute blockchain technology and crypto, now it's trustless. I don't have to trust you. I don't have to even know you, because it's all on the blockchain. It's immutable. Can never be tampered with. It can't be changed. And second of all, it's borderless. I don't have to go through a bank. I don't have to go through different currencies or all the regulations. I can transfer more than 10,000. All those federal laws, none of those exist. And I can take in money from donors from any country. It doesn't matter, from any, whatever's going on. So there's just so many. I could go talk on and on about the benefits, but it allows you to grow. So somebody that wants to give you money directly to you, and that sees that you're trying to get a business started, they could just automatically put money in your wallet directly to you.
Really?
It allows nonprofits to be able to have full transparency, so they can show their donors right there, real time, the whole world, what they're doing, who they're giving their money to, and its effects.
Okay, well, Sophia, how did you get started?
How did I get started? The hedge fund. I was speaking to women about financial sovereignty, and I saw what was going on in third world countries as I was backpacking through these countries, and how, and when I told you that I saw that the women were the source of all of this, and so that if we started working with them and made sure they were okay, the world would be okay. It would right itself. And so I started training and teaching women, but it wasn't going fast enough. And I was like, well, I need more money. I need more resources. And how do you get more money? And I'm like, well, you got to be a bank. So I was on the route to okay, how do you be a bank? And then I was like, well, the next best thing is have a hedge fund.
Oh, okay.
And because I was already working to educate people on blockchain and crypto technology. And so I just went through the process and went through with the SEC and figured out how to do it and partnered up with the right person. My partner worked for the Department of Defense in cyberterrorism and cybersecurity, so he's one of a handful of people in the world that can do what he does.
Okay.
And that's why we've been able to outperform the market and other hedge funds.
Okay, when you say outperform the market, are we talking which part of the market? Okay.
The crypto market, yeah.
All right, the crypto market.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty amazing and exciting. Sophia, I want to ask you this.
Sure.
How do my people on Minority Business Access get a hold of you?
Absolutely. So you can go to www.utopiasmart.city.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that with me, Sophia. But I'm going to need you to share it with everybody on Minority Business Access, just so they can hear it from you, because some people might be driving and they may not be watching us. Okay. And so if you will repeat that, I would really appreciate it, because I know they will.
Absolutely. So we look at everybody that contacts us through our website, and it's utopiasmart.city. So it's utopiasmart.city.
Okay. And when they reach out to you, is there an investment opportunity? Is there an opportunity to buy some of these homes that you're selling? Are you still in the innate stages? Or like if I wanted to come in and buy a few of them, can I do that?
So we are going to have parameters to hold out investors from raising the prices on the homes, because we do want to make sure that they go to the people and the entrepreneurs that need them. As far as investing in the project as a whole, we are in our seed round capital.
Okay, great.
So, yeah,
great,
absolutely.
great.
Happy to do an overview with anybody that's interested in looking at the project for those.
Okay, so you guys hear that? Sophia is willing to do an overview in this amazing project that she's put together and that she's been working diligently at that will help people, okay? And it's pretty much the way that the world has been living. I know when in the 80s when I was living in Europe, one of the things that we constantly saw was the apartment complexes, the commercial buildings and everything up underneath, the stores, the cleaners and things like that. And now it's coming here. And I mean, it's like every time I look around, that's what we're seeing. And here it is, this young lady, Sophia, is doing it. She started it, and it's her vision.
Yeah.
I mean, that is amazing. Share your vision of what you want the outcome of all of this to look like.
Yeah, so this is our first pilot city. We'll be building 8 more cities in 7 different states and going global right after that. So we're looking for collaborators. We are green-lighted by ASU School of Sustainability with their interns. We're one of their major projects. This project is attracting all of the experts in all different fields. So if you're into sustainability, if you're looking for a community that provides a lot of solutions for what's going on right now, please take a look at what we're doing. We are going to be partnering up with everybody and anybody that we can as we go forward. We are, as a sustainable city, we are providing affordable housing. We're utilizing shipping containers. And the reason why we're utilizing that is for multiple reasons. And one of them is that they are 100% weatherproof. So we're talking about earthquakes, tornadoes, hurricanes, fires. Wow. Also, we have renewable energy. And we have sustainable agriculture, and we're the first smart city to be on the blockchain.
Wow, that is totally amazing and very exciting. And Sophia, thank you so much for coming on Minority Business Access, and I look forward to interviewing you again, okay? And looking forward to seeing how you guys have progressed. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure.
Okay.
You've reached the end of another episode of the Minority Business Access Podcast. Connect with us at solomonrcali.info to leave a review and access more resources. We hope you enjoyed this show and found great value. See you at the next episode.